Okay, welcome to another episode of Bold and Brown.
My name is Rupa,
My name is Vinay.
and if you're plugging in for the first time or seeing the podcast for the first time, this is going to be an eye-opener one for you today. It's a little bit of a delicate topic, but it's going to be interesting.
Well, let's get straight into it. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. We always look forward to seeing comments. Anything controversial, I'm sure you will comment.
No doubt. So, guys, we're going to open up the topic for today, and that topic is trust, jealousy, and boundaries in a relationship. It's a very interesting topic, and we're going to talk a little bit about our personal experiences, our take on this huge subject, and I'll let Vinay kick off.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't know what to say about this. I am just going to be
Okay.
follow the leader. How, trust obviously is something which is earned. There's a saying, I'm sure we all know it. It takes, seconds to break trust, and it can take years to make or gain trust. So it's a very delicate subject. And sometimes trust can be broken in different ways for different people. Some things can be done, and that person might say, "Oh, I've lost trust in you," and the other person might be thinking, "What are you talking about? It was just a small error." So it's interesting how this, it's a bit of a word where people think, "Oh my God, trust! Oh my God, I have to trust somebody." So maybe we can go into it from your perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, for me, trust, for a lot of people, it's really the foundation of any friendship, relationship, business partnership. Like, it's everything, right? And myself personally, like, the minute that someone loses their trust, or, I lose my trust with someone rather, it really makes me doubt. It doesn't make me turn the other way, I'm going to be honest, because I like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Okay, there's a reason why people make certain decisions or choices or they take certain actions. There's definitely a mindset behind it. There's a reasoning behind it. And I think it's so important to know the reasoning as to why something has taken place or why something has happened. Let's talk about cheating in a marriage or being unloyal in a relationship as an example. I've not had that happen to me, and I'm very blessed and I'm grateful for that. However, if I was in a position where that would have happened to me, I'm going to be honest, as angry and upset and heartbroken as I may be, I'm also going to ask myself the question, like, have I done something to make that other person look the other way, or have I caused this to happen? And I like to say it takes two to clap hands, right? Like, there's a saying. So it's easy to blame people for things, but I think it's also very important to kind of gain that trust, earn that respect, and build upon a relationship. It's a daily thing. Like, you can't gain trust overnight. Like, when did you start trusting me? The second you saw me.
Well, I saw you, and then I thought, right,
She's trustworthy.
unless he's trustworthy. Well, it's funny you should say that. I mean, look, trust, like I said, it can be for some people broken. And I'm not talking about in having an affair or cheating on a person. I'm talking about in business or something, or in friendship. I remember being quite young and 16 years old, going to the gym, and wanting or going to the gym with my cousin, and I'll be on the way to the gym, and he might phone and say, "I'm not coming," and that will break my trust. I was like, "Well, I'm on the way."
Yeah.
And then at that age, maybe it's not that age, maybe just the way I was, there was always the victim mentality. "Oh, how could you do that? Look at me, I've come all this way." And, just basically crying about it. And now I'm thinking to myself, if someone was to do that, I'll be like, okay, no problem. There was an emergency, even if there wasn't. There was an issue. And now I know that what I wouldn't do moving forward, I'll be like, well, come in the gym, come if you want to come. If you don't, no worries. Just leave it open so they don't feel awkward. They know that you haven't taken it personally. But I always now say to people that, when you have a business partnership, there has to be trust there. But if you are that person who is very sensitive to everything and you feeling that person's broken my trust, very difficult for you to get into a business partnership with somebody because everything's going to be a broken trust. I mean, there has to be give and take. But one thing I can say for business partners or people who work for me, there are some things that you have to just let them do. Let them, I wouldn't say let them get away with, but to a certain extent, yes, some leeway, yeah, it's okay. You know, like I let my wife do certain things, you know, it's okay.
You got to see the bigger picture, you know. You let them get away with the smaller things as long as it paints a bigger picture overall. You can let some things go.
I agree, absolutely. And then jealousy. What about being jealous? I mean, jealousy is it's interesting. I
It's a
mean,
big subject.
I never understood. Well, I'm just thinking now. I mean,
Well,
if I,
let's go
if
back
I,
to 10 years ago.
well, no, I'm just talking about jealousy in another context. You know, for example, you know, if I see someone at the gym, and I felt like this for years, and I might be with somebody like a cousin, family friend, or something at the gym, and or with a friend, and I see someone who's got an amazing physique. My question goes to me. My question is, I wonder how he did that. Let me ask some questions. I want to become his friend, and you know, what's his routine? What does he eat? You know, there's no jealousy involved. But sometimes my friends will be like, "Oh, look at him. He's probably taking steroids. Oh, look at him. He's not. You know." And I'm like, why would you be jealous of that person? You can learn something from them. You know, it's like someone's got, you know, someone who drives a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. I'm like, wow, I'm inspired. I want to know what this person's doing. You know, rather than, oh, look, he probably committed crime to get that. Something silly. I mean, so that's jealousy in that context.
I think also for girls, this is a big subject because I remember growing up, you know, you'd have your own like crew of people, and even though the girls in your circle, you feel like, oh, you know, they're my girls, I'm so close to them. There always used to be an element of jealousy that was appearing, you know, and you would notice that and you would realize that. But it'd be so hard to understand. I mean, it comes down to upbringing, probably. It comes down to maybe how your surroundings are, your parents, or who you're around, or even the things that we watch on TV. It can play a massive part to how we start thinking and how we start feeling. Like, we know, you know, even social media, television, you know, it's a massive influential factor on, you know, how our brains operate. And, you know, sometimes people used to ask me, like, oh, Roops, you know, you're on social media doing this. Like, don't you find like a lot of girls are hating, a lot of girls are jealous? And my answer is always like, no, like, I don't see that. And it's because I'm not looking for it. You know, sometimes you may be looking for it thinking, oh, you know, oh, look at that girl, the way she's looking at me, she's so jealous. Like, and it really comes down to your perception. Like when I see someone looking at me, I'm thinking, oh, they're admiring me. And I do the same. When I'm looking at someone else, I'm admiring them, the way they look, their hair, their clothes. Like I'm just thinking, wow, like look how gorgeous she is. Like I'm not doing it in any kind of jealousy way. So I think perception is a massive thing in this as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people who are like that and they are looking and criticizing others or criticizing what they're wearing, what they're doing, how they look, how they talk. I don't hang around with them.
No.
I probably would not out of, you know, might say hi, hello, and that'll be the extent. And my interaction or my time with them, our time will be very limited.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think, like you said, it's probably dealing with insecurities. If someone does feel like that, or look at this or look at them, you know, you're going to be all negative to them rather than, you know, we'd rather learn from them. And what did you
Yeah.
do? How did you do it? You know, just can you teach me? You know, and you know what you find is that people who have gained or are outstanding in their field, if you just ask them for help, they usually want to help. They usually love to help. It's the ones who are not successful. They're the ones who are criticizing everyone because they're, you know, your world. You see your eyes. You see the world through your own lens, and that lens is the way you've been brought up. If you think everyone is a jealous person or everyone is bad, guess what? That's going to be your world. That's going to be the way you see everything. So, you know, trust, jealousy. I mean, you know, fortunately, I don't think you and I have had an upbringing where that's been an issue. But going back to what you said before, another way of jealousy is when I used to be with Rupa and I'd see other guys looking at Rupa and I wouldn't like it. I remember once, you know, we first started dating, we went to, I don't know, some place where me, you, and another friend of ours, and I think a guy looked at you in a certain way, and she looked at me, your friend, and she said, "You didn't like that, did you?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." I was like, "How good?" And I never forget. Actually, my cousin said this to me. He goes, "You know what? If someone looks at your girlfriend, He goes, there's nothing to be upset about. You should actually be glad. You should be happy that she's with you and not them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're sometimes around, or we have been around couples, around people in relationships where we've been out with them on nights out, and I'm telling you, it stopped there. Like, we stopped going out with these people because I'm just like, they're in their late 20s or their 30s, and you know, one guy's getting really angry that someone looked at his girl, and one girl's like trying to make her own man jealous by dancing with other guys. And I'm just like, this is so much insecurity. It's just so toxic. And this is how toxic relationships, like, it just becomes a norm to you. And it's a horrible thing to be around. I mean, I can be very honest and tell you, when myself and Vinay first started dating, you know, we'd go out to parties, we'd get invited to places, and those of you that know me, I'm a dancer. I mean, not a professional dancer, but I love I love dancing. It's a passion, especially when it's my kind of music. It just like takes me to another world. So I've got that kind of confidence when it comes to dancing. I don't care if there's nobody on the dance floor. If there's a good tune playing, I'm gonna go out there myself and start dancing, right?
That's right.
And he didn't like it. Vinay was just, he used to grab me, but in a nice way, not in
I
like,
don't want to dance with her.
yeah, like you're not in a hurtful or horrible or angry way. You just grab me and be like, no, I want to dance with you, dance with me. And I used to always be like, listen, I'm a solo dancer. I don't dance with guys. I don't know how to dance with guys. And I guess in some way, you'd probably feel like, well, am I doing it for attention, or do I want people to look at me, or do I want people to think I'm single? And, you know, it was never about that. It was about me, myself, feeling like I'm in my own world, being comfortable with myself, and feeling confident enough to just be who I want to be. And we did have a few arguments around this in
Yeah.
the beginning, you know, pretty bad at times. But, you know, it comes down to just communication, understanding, and I guess with time, it just built up, right? Like the trust built up.
Yeah, it wasn't a lack of trust or anything. I was just, I think
Yeah.
I mean, now if that happens now, I'll be like, you go and dance, do your thing, you know, because I've gotten over that aspect.
Yeah.
And, you know, if another guy was to look at you, I know you'll just deal with it or handle it. Obviously within boundaries.
Oh, yeah,
You know, if
boundaries,
someone's
yeah.
taking, I'll be jumping in, of course. But, you
You
know, if
wouldn't
someone's
need
going to
to,
look. Yeah. Right now I'm thinking, you know, you want to go and do your thing. You're in the place dancing, that's fine. I'll be chatting to other people in there anyway. You know me. I'm
Of
like, we're
course.
like socialites. We go to a place, we
Social
make friends.
butterflies.
We can go for like, I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, yeah, because he was talking about, you know, when we went into the crane.
Oh, yeah, that
to
dinner
in,
on 30
Canary-
feet or
Canary
however
Wharf.
high it was. Yeah, I think so.
O2 in Greenwich.
O2, yeah,
So it's in central East London,
yeah.
where, you know, you're up in the crane. We're talking about, he wanted to go there. And I said, yeah, we met a couple there. We ended up going clubbing with them. We were driving around in my car. They were like, you only just met them. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah. We go to restaurants, we make friends like that.
happens all
We
the time,
just-
isn't it?
We're just like that. We make friends
Yeah.
quite easily. We like to socialize because they, you know, we are attracted to people's positivity.
Yeah.
And if we feel they're approachable, we'll just engage in conversation. And, you know,
Yeah.
now it's the things that I felt maybe jealousy towards someone there. Now it's different now. I don't feel any of those things.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe because I'm more secure and I'm feeling in a different way. But the immaturity in me was, you know, different. And then
Yeah.
that slowly with time.
And, you know, I think also maybe your past experiences have kind of led you to acting a certain way or behaving a certain way in like your present relationship. It's such a common thing. Like, oh, I've been cheated on before, I've been messed around with before. And, you know, you end up treating the guy that you're with or the girl that you're with the same manner of that kind of doubting and having the fear that they're going to do something. And that's actually, you know, that's the energy that you emit to that person. And guess what happens? Law of attraction. You're putting it out there, you're
Come
thinking
back
it,
to you, yeah.
and that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're so wary, oh my God,
Mm.
the person's doing this, the person's doing that. I can't trust this person. They've done me over. And guess what?
Yeah.
You're going to find those people who are going to break your trust, who are
It's-
going to make you jealous.
Yeah.
Because you are looking for it so badly. I mean, we've got this
Mm.
with our, you know, we're in like family groups and, you know, some of the people, what they're saying.
Mm.
And obviously it's hard to, you know how it is with family, right? You can't really say anything. So you just smile. You
Mm.
just think, cool. But then in the back of your mind, you do wonder, well, if you're going to keep resisting something, well, guess what? What you resist
Yeah.
persists.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying be oblivious to it, ignore warnings. That's different. Danger, warning, that's different. But, taking the right precaution, but not, being, it's on your mind 24/7 and every little thing you are
Yeah.
going above and beyond to avoid a situation
Yeah.
which hasn't come about, but you are thinking about it so much,
You're
it's come about.
magnetizing it more, and it's a vicious circle. Like the more you're trying to repel it, you're actually attracting it, because that's the energy that's always on your mind and you're feeling it inside you. And it could be something, I don't know if it's small or big, it opens up a whole other topic. But for example, social media, right? We can't get away from social media. There's good looking guys, good looking girls,
There is.
well, I've seen your friends on social media, babe, and there's a lot of good-looking girls on your. There
Oh,
was.
I thought we meant guys. And I was like, wow. We're about to have
Or
some
just-
breakthroughs on this
no,
podcast.
you do get all the gym people that you're following, the topless one with the
Oh, yeah,
abs,
yeah,
and
yeah.
for different reasons.
And the girls.
But Vin could be liking someone's post or commenting someone's post, and like, I'm not even going to flint an eye. I'm not going to batter an eyelid, because I'm thinking, he's admiring something. He's happy about something. He's giving encouragement to someone for something. But I don't know about guys. I mostly speak to girls in my circle. I know some girls will freak out if their man is liking a post from another girl on social media, or like, sending. I mean, there's boundaries. There
Yeah,
are
yeah,
boundaries. There is a liking a post. There's maybe commenting. There's sending a private message out. There are boundaries to everything. Just as there is when you're going away on holiday without your partner. If you've got a boys' holiday, you've got a girls' trip. Again, there are boundaries. But trust is such a big thing. And I feel like myself personally, I've given so much trust to Vinny. Like, he wouldn't even want to go out and do anything crazy, because he's got open reign. Like, in a way,
Yeah,
without
and-
sounding bad.
And the funny thing is, when I go out and I speak to anyone, girls, whatever, straight away they're like, I'm married, by the way. It's just, and we have like a casual, a fun time, just having a chat, and that's really the extent of it. Not that I'm going out looking to go and speak to all the girls that I can,
Yeah.
but it's about, I mean, we're networkers in general, so we're always networking, we're always speaking to people and seeing, I mean, it's weird how we were in a business first of all, where you're getting people to join a business. Now it's not even that. We like speaking to people in general. Probably the reason why we're doing this podcast. But being, for example, I mean, both our phones, we know each other's passwords. Our phones are left with each other. There's no, hiding this or hiding that. And the things before, I don't even know whose comment you've been liking or talking or liking. I don't even know.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, and not in a bad way. I don't really care as well. It's up to you. It's about, like Rupert said, giving each other that freedom. And then when you do get that freedom, it's about having confidence. I remember once we were talking about it. Like, aren't you, we were talking, I think generally, aren't you worried we're going to cheat? Or we could end up cheating on each other, whatever. And both of us were kind of the view that no, because if you did do that, you'll be ruining and missing out on a lot.
On a lot. Like, we know what our future holds. We know what's at stake. We know how we're raising our kids. And, like, really think about it maturely, for the sake of, like, a few minutes or a few hours of pleasure or whatever you want to call it. Is it worth losing everything that you've started building in your life? Like, no way. And you got to see the green light. If you see that green light, someone's giving you a green light, and you feel like, okay, it's going a way that it shouldn't really be going, that's where you stop. That's where you say, hey, this is not me. It's not going there. This is my direction. I'll give you an example. Even like doing this business, right? Oh God, I get so many people. I used to, not so much now.
Yeah.
So many like guys messaging me like, hey, you look amazing, beautiful, blah. You get these kind of opinions, and you get these lovely comments and compliments, and I don't know, maybe if I was someone else, I would, go deeper into it, and I'd be like, oh wow, someone's appreciating me, someone's valuing me. They're not. They just want one thing. All right, let's be honest. Like, they don't know you to value you. They just want one thing. And for me, the way I respond to people, hey, listen, I'm only interested in I'm only on social media for business, or I'm doing this specific thing for business purposes. They're like, oh, can we be friends? It's like, We can be friends, but I won't be having hours long of conversation. We can follow each other on social media, and that's it.
These guys from the Gujarat village and stuff.
They're from all over the world, mostly from India and Pakistan.
You
like-
certainly attract them.
Can I please have a green card? You know anyone I can marry, please? I'm like, God. But it is easy to get distracted by attention, and who doesn't want attention, right? I don't care what you look like, how you dress, how you hold yourself. Like, everyone likes attention to a certain extent. You know, too much attention as well. It's like, oh, I just don't need this. It just gives me the creeps. But there's nothing wrong with attention and flattery. I think you just have to know yourself what your boundary is. And that's to you and your partner.
Absolutely. So I don't think there's much more we can say on this topic. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I would like to hear from anyone who's maybe going through something, or, you know, and if it's personal to you, hey, don't put a message or chat on the channel, you know, send us a private message. Like, we would love to kind of help, maybe give some direction or give our opinion. Maybe we've been through it. 10 years of being married and 11, 12 years of being together. Like, we've seen and done it all. Probably not all. We've still got another few decades to go, but we've been through a lot. So I would like to know, you know, like, from yourselves, you know, anything that you would like to comment on, anything that is a topic that maybe we haven't raised in this subject area. Let's have a chat about it.
absolutely. Look forward to meeting you on the next podcast.
Yes.